Grand Final G2 Euro Cup. Here we go.
Thank you very much. Orb, let's get to it then, shall we? So much on the line for both of these teams. Catalysm, very cheeky to start off with. He just lobbed the goalkeeper.
This is the start that we were just talking about, that the Germans really wanted here. Catalysm stepping up once again with another goal to put his side 1-0 up. Now, everything that has happened over the previous however many hours that we've been watching these incredible international teams go head-to-head has led to this moment. Welcome. I know we've got quite a few more viewers who've jumped onto the stream. Welcome to the G2 Euro Cup. This is the ultimate situation that we found ourselves in. You couldn't have written it. England versus Germany in our grand final.
Oh, Eekso. So close. And yep, England coming into this one. They've got the 1-game advantage. That is their reward for coming through in the upper bracket, beating France in the upper bracket finals, 4-3. Then Germany through the lower bracket, also beating France 2-1 in those matches. Yeah, so much on the line. England, obviously, they want to try and show this is what we're supposed to be trying to do, and this is what we want to happen on Sunday. For Germany, I'm going to reiterate, you know, for a nation that has provided so many top quality players to the esports scene, a lack of tournament wins, a lack of, you know, trophies to sort of add to that collection. Germany really has not been able to claim much as their own for the last few years. This would be a brilliant opportunity to say, no, we didn't have a player involved, you know, with a mix of nations to try and get a tournament. We came together, we put together the team, and we were the best of all of those nations. And for Germany, after the last few years that they've had, that would mean so very much to them. And, well, it's the perfect start to try and get over to that.
What I love about this tournament, and it's what makes it unique, is that we are seeing teams play not only for the Bucks, they're playing for national pride.
Yeah. I think that's been quite an interesting part to all of this, because obviously we've got a lot of very well-respected and very, you know, long-lasting orgs and teams that have been around. But do you know what's been around longer than orgs and teams? Nations. There is history between these nations. Every single match we've had, there's always something that has happened in sports. And now we've got Aparently Jack on the breakaway as a Rizhex has got himself there in time. And trust me when I say this, England versus Germany is one of the most storied matches in all of sports.
Absolutely. Up until England in the Euro 2020 tournament beat Germany in the round of 16. I think the last time they got a victory like that was potentially 1966.
It was.
In a grand tournament situation such as this. So this is why it's a phenomenal situation that we found ourselves in right here. Germany, if you've got your fans in chat, make yourselves heard. England fans, make yourselves heard. Be the fourth man. Your team needs you right now. Act as if you are sitting in the seats surrounding this stadium and make some noise. This is why we're all here. It's Friday night. Let's go for it.
I don't know what the German version of the It's Coming Home is. I don't know if they've got like their own phrase for anything, but if you've got one, Germany, please teach me right now. I would love to see that just spammed around. I get to learn and you guys get to create hype. I quite frankly see that as the perfect trade-off.
Everybody wins.
Everybody wins, but right now, everybody that isn't England as they find themselves 2-0 down.
Germany looking to quickly level things out due to that 1-game advantage for England. If they can get on a level playing field immediately, that puts them in a much stronger position than they were in a couple of minutes ago. Very impressive start for this German side. Clinical in front of goal. England on the back foot really need to start to establish themselves in this. You don't want to let the occasion get the better of you. When you've been playing so well, and you know, we touched on it earlier, Shogun, about, you know, how much of a difference do you think it makes for this England side that they've had such a bit of a break from gameplay, whereas Germany have just kept on going, like carried on riding the bike.
Well, it depends on what we're expecting from England, because from what we saw previously, oh no, what a touch! Catalysm just flicked the ball away from danger. That's exactly what the team needed. That's still going to be dangerous off the post, and who's there? Oh my goodness, it was the hesitation. And that is the reason why Germany keep their 2-0 lead. But if we cast our minds back here, Ian, England hadn't had a real pause since the tournament started, and they were playing very well because of it. But do you remember the scoreline of their first game of the tournament when they were coming in, you know, a little bit fresh?
I know they got beat.
They lost 3-0.
3-0, that was it.
England, you know, did not start the tournament well. They played pretty well after that game, but it could very well be the exact same thing happening here as Tox looks to try and make it 3. It's not the best first touch from him. I don't think him and the rest of Germany will really care. They've got the 2-goal lead, and this will be one of the occasions where they are probably not going to throw it away. As they've got it done. That 1-goal upper bracket advantage is now obsolete.
Gone. We are all square in our grand final, 1 apiece to England and Germany. If you're England right now, you've got to be frustrated that you've let that 1 game advantage slip. Yes, it's still there, but it changes things mentally for you when you know that you are then back leveled up. It's all to play for once again, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that 1 game advantage becomes huge if you can get that first win, at which point you're already halfway done. And it's such a weird thing to try and get over if you're not that team. If you're the ones that enough, you just go, wait a minute, I only played 5 minutes and they've already got half the job done. So it's, you know, very, very tough to try and get your head around. But Germany, fair play. You know, mentality masters throughout this tournament. I've made mention over and over again, maybe a little bit too much, about how, you know, they did throw away against France. But I've also got to give them their credit. They bounced back 2-0, 2-0, and then beat France after the fact. That 1 game, that 1 series seems to have been the anomaly. The rest of it has been them just go full focus. They've been perfect ever since then. And now they have got themselves their first game up. Now, the question now becomes, was it the case of England getting a bit of time off and now they really start to dial it in? Or is the situation, is the grand stage going to get to them a little bit?
What we need is, we need one of our big players, Hibbs, or we need Jack.
Hibbs and Jack were, I mean, Eekso as well. Eekso's very good at, like, spotting those positions. Like, once the space is open, Eekso's straight there for it. But I do think if we're going to get that space, it's going to be Hibbs or Jack that create it.
They were quiet, weren't they, right then in game 1? And all the way through this tournament, they've been loud. They've been scoring goals. They've been looking, you know, flamboyant on the ball. And that is what we need to see here. If they are to do well here, one of them, at least one of them, really has to show up to the party here. Especially coming into our, in theory, game 2, but in reality, it's game 3.
By the way, I want to say a quick well done to you, Ian. We got through that first game. Minimal bias.
Yeah, we did, didn't we?
Yeah, that was really impressive.
Should we take it
I don't know how long it's going to hold on for, to be honest.
Would it be weird if I put It's Coming Home on in the background while I'm
yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. I'm going to see if I can find like a techno remix or something like that. Oh, Hibbs trying to create some of that space immediately. Isn't able to do so. Catalysm, booming shot from him. Eekso called into the defensive side of the field. We are not going to hide any of our bias, all right? It happened. It's human. It's normal. It's coming home. Not all of these different things.
Come on now. It's in my... Oh.
You enjoying it?
Oh, it's coming. Right, here we go.
Oh, well, that's not the pass. It wasn't really coming home there. It was sort of going blissfully over the top of Jack's head from that pass. Wait a minute. England are not at all comfortable defensively. Their rotation is so strange.
Oh, look at this. It's looking a bit panicky.
They keep cutting through the middle on their way back to rotate. And that means that they've got such a low amount of options when it comes to range of motion for the car. They're just, you know, getting to there, the ball's come towards them, and they realize, oh, hey, the ball's in towards my net, and I'm facing my net. Just doesn't really leave me many options.
What's happening here, do you think? Do we think that England are trying to change their tactics to deal with this German side, or is it a case of heads are going a little bit here?
I think you just need the first goal. We already saw Italy how good they were in the quarterfinals, and then they just never really got going. And this might be where having that game advantage is actually more important than just having the 2-0ers. Oh, that was so close. Eekso one-on-one. And as much as Eekso's sort of been the defensive backbone of England, you would go with him for 90% of the 1v1s he gets involved in.
Yeah, he's been phenomenal. Very strong on the ball. He's scored a good few goals as well. Not as many as Jack and Hibbs, which is why we've spoken about them a little bit more. But Eekso can be really proud of the way he's performed over the past few hours for England.
Now,
This is looking a little bit better.
yeah,
We are
this
starting
is
to
sort of,
create more.
you know, defense first. Make sure you don't concede. We are now up to 7.5 minutes without England actually scoring a chance. Despite the fact that they've had a few close ones off the backboard. Tox immediately on top of that. German rotation, as usual, has been Tox first. Everybody else, you figure it out. As long as Tox is there, you're never really going to get a freebie against them.
You've got to imagine that, you know, trying to keep your eye on and almost eliminate Tox.
Tox, that is... He's got the shoulders out there. The shoulder pads are ready to go. And he's just rinsed the entire team.
They have to figure out a way to deal with Tox. He's been stellar for Germany recently. And England need to figure out a way to deal with him, because at the minute, they're in big, big, big trouble. England 2-0 down, coming into this series, a game to the good. And they're looking like going a game down.
I mean, Germany have really stepped it up here. And it is now 4 goals to nothing. Ever since this series started, Germany are just dancing all over this grand finals. England just haven't quite got out of the gates.
They can't figure out.
I hate the idea that this might be the feeling I've got on Sunday. Like, I don't like that.
I can't even think about that. Don't even put that thought in my mind, please.
Tox is only thinking about one thing, and that is adding a 3rd goal to their lead.
England are struggling to figure this German side out. It's the first time they've met in this tournament. We've seen them play.
I don't know if that is even the case. England just don't seem to be playing. It isn't as good from them.
What's causing this, though? This is what I need to understand. Is it the
Sometimes-
occasion?
I would love to try and deep dive on any of this. Usually, it's just you're playing bad Rocket League. There's not anything else to it.
Does it have anything to do with, oh, it's fine, we've got another few games to go? That must creep into your mind as a player when you are in a best-of-7 series, where you think, okay, it's fine. We've got one game to the good.
Oh, is that finally
Oh!
it? No, Catalysm.
No!
I feel like Catalysm has just found another level ever since some weird defensive mistakes against France. He has been, very, very good.
England really desperately need that first goal, not even just for this to potentially win this game, but to get off the mark. It will do wonders for them mentally if they can somehow score.
Now Germany closer and closer to being 2-1. I think with that, they should pretty much have secured it. Eekso can't get the opportunity. Germany are not leaving anything alone. Swarming the ball at every single opportunity, and they have got it. They have now taken the lead in this series, and England have now found themselves 10 minutes without scoring a goal.
This is concerning for England fans. I know I'm concerned. I know Shogun's concerned. I'm sure that lots of you watching on the Twitch stream are concerned. This is not the same England team that we have seen performing up until this point of the tournament. They can't pick it together. They can't piece it together. They don't look like the same 3 players that we've seen so far tonight, Shogun, and they need to deal with it quickly. They need that goal.
I've just seen the most virtuoso thing I've ever seen in my entire life in the Twitch chat, which is England need to demo the 2 goalies. Virtuoso. Not every problem in your life can be resolved by demos.
Loves it.
Actually, I think that's a good idea. I just want to have a good virtuoso and then take his idea and say it was actually a good one.
Chat, we need you. If you're an England fan right now, I think England really need your help. So if you're watching this and you're backing the 3 Lions, you need to start writing "It's coming home" in chat. Seriously, get it in there.
Catalysm looking to just try and maintain what he has managed throughout the start of this series, which has been just flawless positioning. We did mention when we were speaking to Bob earlier on about how you need those star players to step up. I think you could definitely say that Tox has stepped up. He has been just everywhere so far. You can't really stop where he's wanted to try and get away to. They've also found it far too easily to get into these spots. Rizex has looked to take it the whole way. Tox managed it earlier on. RLCS almost added a second full-court dribble play to Germany's goal tally. And in the overall count upwards, by the way, we're now 11 minutes without England scoring. This is what they did to Italy earlier on. Now they're on the receiving end of it.
Lots of come on, England.
Oh, that is brilliant, RLCS.
My word, England are getting pulled apart by this German side. We spoke earlier about the ceiling pass to himself. Beautiful, beautifully done. And you said that that's quite a recently...
I would say sort of trying to set up more often, but he didn't try and set up. He was interested in him.
Yeah. It was beautiful.
Germany,
regardless.
what is that, 5, 6 goals now that they've scored? Nothing for England at all.
In the same way that the England side looked like a different side, this Germany side looked like a different side. They've really stepped up to the occasion here.
Yeah, this is clearly what everyone has had to deal with over in the lower bracket. And makes you kind of wonder, you know, what sort of tournament, you know, someone like the Netherlands could have had if they just didn't run into sort of the bad luck that they had. Because let's have a look. Netherlands, you know, lost to England and they lost to Germany. That's a pretty horrible way to go out of a tournament, isn't it? Where you sort of face the 2 grand finalists earlier on in the tournament. Eekso. Oh, that's the one that they finally wanted. And Gibbs breaks England's drought.
This could change the story of this final. Gibbs, with a huge finish, gets England off the starting line, and the first goal of the grand final is done. Can they capitalize on the momentum? Apparently Jack pushing forward.
Tox, as always, so slippery to get out the ball off from. Just a magician whenever he's got it in his own side of the field. Oh, that's over the top of Catalysm, and now an opportunity to try and break away, but Tox, as always, in the right spot. Off the ceiling, not really a chance to follow it up. Eekso back to Gibbs. It's not the easiest shot to take. And had to grab it whilst on the bounce. Now to the other side of the field. Tox to make it 2-1. And he's done exactly that. Coast to coast. Tox has put his team in the lead.
You got to respect England for pushing forward and going for goals. But you've got to be careful when that man Tox is in the form that he's in right now for Germany. Punished once again. England 1, Germany 2.
Well, we thought maybe that one goal would change something. Maybe it does for England, but for Germany, nothing has changed. Keep scoring, keep putting that pressure on. We said how quickly this series could feel like it's over if England were to take that first game. But the way Germany are playing, remember, they're only 2 minutes away now from 3 match points. 3 tournament points. Let's not undersell this.
What has happened to England?
Oh, that was so close. Where's the follow? Nobody there.
Wow, there's a really interesting copy and paste going.
They're loving it. I love that. I'm going to blame Orb for creating it, to be honest.
It's because he's been so biased wanting England to win everything.
I know. Imagine being biased on this broadcast. It's just disgusting.
Kept going on about, oh, England are going to win, England are going to win.
Yeah, Orb's been way too, England biased. It's been kind of gross, to be fair.
Yeah, not a fan of that.
Yeah, it should never be biased. Go on, Eekso. Go on, Eekso. Go on.
Oh.
Hey, no, never biased. Oh, God.
Oh, my word.
You know what? I deserve that one.
That's 2 daggers in the heart.
Oh, no.
That is 2 daggers in the heart delivered by Tox. You gotta laugh, but you gotta feel for this England side. I mean, Germany have just gone up 3, 4, 5 gears. They've performed well all night, but not this well. They haven't been this clinical, this clean, this defensive. They've been phenomenal in this grand final.
Sorry, I'm still giggling. That one was too perfect. I've never felt like more at fault for anything in my entire life.
That was karma to a T.
And from our time casting together on Guild, you know that I'm not really one of the superstitious sorts. But I'm reconsidering it after that. Oh my goodness. I'll tell you what, Germany have been brilliant so far.
Oh, absolutely.
And they only need to be brilliant for 5 minutes more. 15 minutes of gameplay down. Germany have scored 7. England have scored 1. I wonder if that one sounds familiar to anybody else, but Germany well on their way to EuroCup victory.
And just a reminder, if you've just joined the stream, that little football next to England's name, that isn't one that
we didn't win that one.
No, we did. We were gifted that for our incredible performances prior to this final. But there it is, 3 for Germany. They've got match points galore right now. They've got this. We came into this with a slight upper hand, but the advantage is well and truly in Germany's hands right now.
It was amazing when Orb was asking me earlier on who I thought was going to win. I was like that, and it turns out I was completely correct.
Yeah, you were talking about Germany, right?
Yeah, of course, the whole way. I can't believe what anybody was ever trying to imply about bias at that point. But the only thing that needs to change for England is everything. They have got to win 3 in a row if they are to try and take the EuroCup. If not, Germany, after years of trying to look for tournament victories, they will get it, and they will get it by demolishing England.
Yeah, they've been, I know I just said it a moment ago, but they've been incredible. They haven't given England any time to breathe. But at the same time, England haven't been, look, we're just not the same team right now. And they have to...
Agreed. We put out the reserve team. We need to start again. I like your thinking here. I like your thinking here, Ian. Let's get a restart.
Let's get a restart, yeah. Put the real team out.
I'm loving these copy pastas Twitch chat. They're so petulant. They're brilliant.
Just a reminder, this isn't a reflection on how things will go on Sunday if you're an England fan, right? All right?
Oh, surely not. I can only take so much heartbreak.
I don't think I can handle that level of heartbreak. I can't even think about it. The thing is, I know I'm not doing my job right.
Sigh away the pain. Apparently, Jack. Oh, he didn't even make full contact with the ball. There's the
there we
pass.
Go.
Oh, Hibbs doesn't even hit the target.
That's so unlike him.
It just doesn't look like a our day.
That is so unlike him. We've been singing his praises all night. Him and Jack, both so decisive in front of goal. Oh, off the crossbar. Eekso punts it forward. Got to hope for a little bit of magic here from England. That's what it's going to take. Imagine finding your ultimate form in a grand final. You got to respect it.
Can I not? Do I have to respect it?
You don't have to respect it. I'm saying
I don't want to respect it. I'll respect it in about a week or so.
Oh, there he is.
All right. Well, if this is the tournament-winning goal, it's deserved. Germany have been phenomenal here. This is definitely, no fluke. The only time, literally the only fluke we can maybe say is how on earth they managed to lose to France earlier on.
This German team is a unit, and they've come into this. I mean, look at this. Just look at it. They've come into this.
I gotta say,
business.
This is the least biased thing you're actually gonna hear me say. By the way, I know nobody's gonna believe me on this. There is nothing worse than a grand final being a 4-0.
No, there actually isn't.
I'm actually now purely for the fact of I don't like 4-0 grand finals.
Well, it's just I think we all came into this expecting it to be a really good tie. Like,
yeah, I was looking forward to this. I was looking at the 4-3s as very likely, considering how close that trio has been between France, England, and Germany.
Yeah,
I genuinely thought this was going to be ridiculously close. Orb's trying to bait, by the way, in the Twitch chat.
I'm not reading that.
No? I think can we mute? We can mute him, can't we?
I'm just gonna close Twitch.
All right.
but yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of fun tonight, and we've joked. I mean, of course, part of us wanted England to win. Most of us wanted England to win. But I am actually genuinely disappointed in this
All
final,
right.
simply because we didn't get the England that we've seen all night.
2 minutes. We'll get 1 goal, and we'll work from there. All right.
It's coming up still, guys.
Of
course it is.
Yeah. Don't if you hear my voice waver or my upper lip quiver, that's not anything. Okay.
There's been twice tonight now where I've doubted this England side. What is wrong with you?
It's ridiculous, to be completely honest.
Plenty of time.
What? Tox, stop it!
My word. Here we go. Here it is. Here it comes.
There it is. There it is. Somebody's got the ball.
Touch. Here it is.
Yeah.
It is.
Where is everybody?
Here it is. This is it now.
Go on. That silver medal is coming home. Silver looks kind of like platinum. Surely we can get a step above.
Nobody.
How do you know that we won the upper bracket? Nobody else did that.
There you go. So we're the real champions, really.
We are.
Yeah, it should have finished after the upper bracket final.
We did tell the ref to blow the whistle, and they just ignored us entirely.
Why don't we just
30 seconds left. Germany are under pressure.
Come on, Germany. How are you feeling now, baby? Him steps up again, back in the game.
Oh,
England.
Germany. What's it like to bottle a 2-goal lead? Did you surely never do that, would you?
Oh, what? Here we go. 30 seconds for England to score the 2 goals that they are going to score. The hunger is back. The Lions are roaring. Apparently, Jack is going to get a goal to his name in a matter of seconds. I can feel it in my bones. Everybody relax. It's still coming home. I'm sorry for ever doubting this team.
I'm going to ignore the fact that you didn't say after Jack, the Lions are roaring, that Jack is scoring. That would have been an amazing rhyme. Instead, we're going to go straight into the final few moments of this game as Eekso doesn't win the challenge. Tox won it. He's through. He's going to have an opportunity.
Yeah.
And now, one more chance. You've got to keep it alive if you're England. Eekso looks to get there in time, but Rezex is too quick. And Germany are your G2 EuroCup champions.
Congratulations to Germany. You cannot deny it, no matter who you were supporting in that grand final, that the big boys showed up and they got the job done in a very German way. They were very clinical, they were very concise, they were very organized, and they stopped England in their tracks. Congratulations to Germany, our G2 EuroCup winners.
I'm going to change my vote now for MVP. I would have been Prime earlier on. I think Prime gets second for me. But Tox, yeah, 100% Tox is MVP of the tournament. When you step up like that in a grand final, you dominate a grand final like that, you deserve it, and Germany deserve it as well. But now we've got to bring in our smug host, Orb. How are you doing? Yeah? You're feeling good over there, buddy?
No. Wait. Hold on. Just don't say anything. Let me just want to look at you. Just want to look at you too. Huh? It's coming home. It's coming home. You hear yourself? It's coming home. Guys,
I want to point out, by the way, I didn't get the name of who said this, but comment of the entire match was 3 lions or like 3 wet cats. Fair play to whoever that was. That was so unbelievably petty that I've got to give you kudos.
I mean, I don't know. I want to start off by saying I think life is so sweet. Isn't it so dope to be alive? You know what I mean? And to be a part of something like this. I don't need candy. This is sweet. This is everything I could have possibly wanted. Little bit of change of tune on you guys towards the end there. A little bit of all of a sudden it was like Germany.
I'm going to give us credit here, Ian. I think we did well to find a balance.
When was the balance?
The balance was 95-5. That was the balance I was looking for.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know what it feels like? Have you ever tried to broadcast while fighting back tears? Have you ever done that in your life?
Every damn day. I gotta be honest. Every damn day. It's one of those. I know exactly what you're going through. Okay, smile through the pain, baby.
That's it.
Smile through the pain.
This has been great.
I mean, all jokes aside here, what a journey for Germany.
Wow.
Come on, what an absolute journey. And to see them rise up, like, once again, I asked you guys, like, what do you think, Germany is, going through, like, right now in their comms? They're on Discord. They're like, okay, change the game plan. What do they got to do? I don't know what they did. I'm not going to claim that I snuck in there to, do a little listening. But they did something, and they did something so well, and they adapted so fast. You guys talked about game one was going to be so important. It seemed like Germany took that to heart. They took that personal, and they're like, we're getting this game. Well, technically game two then, because England got the first one. But yeah, I mean, any overall thoughts for this grand final?
I mean, I think
you said Tox was stepping up. Yeah, any other pointers from the game?
I just think England will be very disappointed with the way they came out of the blocks. Of course, we've got to give major props to this German side because they performed so well. But England will always look back on this and go, we really should have stepped up. We could have done more. But like Shogun said, the resounding point from all of this is that Germany have put their name on the map here tonight.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I'm really happy for Germany. We mentioned it a few times about how it's been a bit of a lull for German Rocket League for the last few years. They've not really had too much to celebrate. The last time we really saw them get too much, I think the last time actually we saw Germany win, a big tournament was RLCS Season 5 European Regionals. That is a long time ago.
Been a while.
Yeah, it has been a very, very long time. So for Germany, this is brilliant, and this sort of sets them up very well. They'll be looking forward to this next sort of year or so and just go, look, we're producing the talent here. We're just got to start putting them together. And I'm starting to look forward to, maybe not quite so often seeing, we're going to put a German player onto this team and, mix them up. I want to see some full German rosters. I'm looking forward to that.
I mean, yeah, you did mention that earlier. The fact that, like, Germany has a lot of talent, but it just, maybe nothing comes out of it from, like, a strictly just German point of view. You think this could be the rise of the German Rocket League? I don't know.
I hope it is. I don't want to, put my name down on anything like that just yet, but I hope it is. Germany has been so big in terms of not just Rocket League, but Germany was the three big communities over in Europe back in the Battle Cards days. The prequel was the British community, the Spanish community, and the German community. Oh, and the French actually. Also, Portuguese was sort of less so. But I don't know where the Portuguese have gone actually in Rocket League. I really want the Portuguese. Ian, get your window open at some point. Give a shout to them all. Let them know we miss Portuguese Rocket League. But yeah, for Germany, they've been such a huge part on building up the foundations of this esport. I really want to see them, reap the rewards of it a bit more.
It's a step in the right direction, and they've planted their flag, haven't they, to say, hey, we're here, and we can get the job done in high-pressure situations, so you got to respect it.
What do you think, looking back at that last game, what do you think England messed up on, okay? Or what were they lacking? What do they need to implement? Because it just seemed like Germany was just an unstoppable force.
Do you want me to take? Because mine's real simple.
Yeah,
Shogun, go ahead. You go first.
Mine's real simple on this. Sometimes we can sort of get, over the top on trying to break things down. And other times you just have to sort of step back and just go, well, I'm playing good Rocket League. Going up to this, England playing great Rocket League. But they didn't have the shooting. They didn't really have the rotation. They didn't, really know where they're supposed to be going. It happens at the end of the day. There are times where it just doesn't feel, especially for a game like Rocket League, where it's difficult to sort of do it game to game after game after game. Sometimes you just don't quite feel like it's clicking for you as a player and as a team. And I think it sort of hit England at the worst possible time, where I can't point to, they didn't rotate well, or this player was having a bad time. They all just never quite looked comfortable.
I feel like ultimately England succumbed to Germany's incredible momentum. And once Germany started scoring goals and winning games, they almost sat back and let it happen a little bit. I mean, yeah, it was tough to take as an England fan, but I think apparently we can take a look at the bracket and how it all went down. All
yes.
Look at this.
There we have it.
I mean, it's been a long night.
A lot of game 5s and game 3s.
It really is. I mean, we've had so many, and it's quite interesting that so many series have been so close. And then in the grand final, when it matters the absolute most, it was a pretty one-sided affair.
Yeah, I mean, we saw some epic encounters here, didn't we? One of the standouts for me was that France-Germany game. I really thoroughly enjoyed that. It was the only one that Germany went on to lose throughout the entire tournament. But that really, maybe that is what sparked the fire in this side, because they did concede a lot of goals throughout the tournament. They didn't in the grand final. But maybe they learned a lesson from that France game, and that propelled them forward, I think.
I got a good question for both of you as well. Like, what do you consider to be maybe like the biggest surprise out of all of this? Because to me, the answer is very obvious, and that's Spain. Spain losing and going out 0-2, kind of crazy. Spain not winning a single game is... What are you doing? What happened?
I think the biggest surprise for me was, and I'm not just saying this being biased, the biggest surprise for me was England's performance in the Grand Final. Like, the fact that they cruised through and they got there in such amazing form, and all we'd seen was them playing fantastic Rocket League. We don't see any of it.
I do. If we're going to go positive to end this one, though, huge shout to Switzerland. You fantastic.
Yes!
I was about to
absolutely fantastic.
I was about to say, Switzerland putting up one heck of a fight. I mean, obviously Spain. You did mention Spain was when we talked at the very, very beginning of the show, Shogun. You said that Spain, it's I don't know the exact words you used, but it was like it could be amazing, or it could go the other direction.
I never expected to be that bad, though. You know, you expect them to at least cause the opponent some damage, and instead it was all very much self-inflicted. Brilliant own goals, though. They were some top-quality own goals.
All right, well, I mean, it is official. So Germany is bringing home the first place prize, 3,450 euros. Ka-ching. We got second place, of course, England bringing home 1,500 euros as well. So I believe we are ready for an interview. Is that correct?
Hey!
Interview with Tox. Tox, welcome.
Yo, what's up, boys?
Let's just start with the really hard-hitting questions. You might not have heard this one before. How do you feel after that?
Well, I'll be honest. I mean, it feels great to win. But the problem was, like, mid-tournament, since we lost to Atlanta, we were kind of a bit tilted, but I mean, we came back from really well. So we're really happy about the dub.
Did you guys talk about anything particular going from the lower bracket finals into the grand finals? Anything that you wanted to change last minute or focus extra on, or a mistake you guys wanted to fix?
I mean, just playing better, to be honest. Like, we just hard through that Atlanta Wave series. We went up. We should have won that 3-0 100%. Kind of ridiculous that we lost, to be honest, but I mean, we showed everyone that we're the best in the tournament, so it's fine.
Who knew that play better would work?
Yeah, definitely. That's it.
Yeah.
What did you make of your journey through the tournament? Obviously, you came up against an England side where you're looking at them thinking, all right, they haven't lost yet. You know, you did lose that one series to France. Were you that confident that you could take on a really in-form England team?
I mean, 100%, yeah. We did feel like that we kind of threw the Atlanta Wave series, like I said before, so we just had to fix ourselves, get ready for the final, and yeah, it went well.
Well, Tox, listen, it's been a really great tournament for you guys. Great to see you guys win. We have a little bit of a special announcement, and that is that you, my friend, have brought home the MVP.
Really?
For this event. Okay, so you're bringing home your very own Philips monitor, the Momentum monitor, 27-inch, and that is yours. For playing amazing, for pushing your team. Do you have anything to say to your teammates, I guess?
Well, I mean, they played fantastic. Without them, we wouldn't have gotten the MVP in the first place, wouldn't have won the tournament, so kudos to them. They played really well. As a team, we're extremely solid, I'd say.
In terms of an individual performance from you, as opposed to a team effort, do you think the team effort kind of trumps the individual when it comes to a team winning a match?
I mean, definitely, yeah. I mean, if all three players aren't working together, I'm playing well individually, we're not gonna, like, no one's gonna win the game if we're playing against good opponents. I mean, of course, a player can decide a series, or even not a turn, but a series for sure, but if there's one player, two players that are not playing well at all, then it's not going to work. You have to have your team, man. You win as a team, you lose as a team.
Tox, you sort of you grew into the tournament personally, didn't you? And you got better and better as it went on. At what stage did you start to think, oh, this is clicking now, and I'm starting to really get into a zone here?
You mean for myself, yeah?
Yeah, for you.
Well, I mean, I had a pretty bad start, I'd say. I've been playing kind of bad for the past like 2-3 weeks, so I definitely have to get back into the game. But I mean, we grinded out a couple of days before the tournament. We're boot camping as well, as you guys can see. But I mean, I don't know. It's kind of my thing, man. I just get better throughout the tournament. Like I start up kind of shit, even in major, whatever regional, but then I just keep on getting better and better until I win.
I'll do the beep. I'll do a post beep. Beep.
My bad, boys.
No, it's cool. Yeah, I mean, congratulations, and Shogun, I know you were very impressed with him as well.
Yeah, absolutely so, and just keep that stuff up because that is a very, very good win for Germany, of course. Final question for you though, in terms of what you're expecting from this moving forward. Is there parts of the game now that you're sort of looking at coming out of this tournament just going, all right, I want to improve that, and if they are, if you've got anything there, what sort of are you looking to improve moving forwards?
I mean, we do have intel on the, I'm pretty sure the 13th or something, and I mean, we definitely took this as like a warm-up tournament to play intel, because it's intel, man. We definitely want to win that as well. Hopefully we can keep up the performance, because I do think if we keep up this performance, we can actually take it all.
I love it.
All right. Well, Tox, we're gonna let you go. Congratulations again for winning the MVP award,
Thank
and
you
as
so
well
much.
for Team Germany for winning the whole thing. Really, really well played. We're gonna let him go, chat. Once again, Tox walking home with a 27-inch Philips Momentum monitor, and he's gonna be able to take his gaming to the